The next day, just as scheduled, Mach and I returned to the Mihama Academy dorm a little afternoon. Sweet. Although the total length of our trip was barely more than a day, for Makina it seems to have qualified as a genuine adventure. Well, fuck yeah, it has. Most people don't just go fucking to the mountains through a forest, find a cabin in the middle of the woods, stay in said cabin, then commence to go up into the mountains some more to go to a grave. That just doesn't happen often. From the moment she woke up this morning, the girl was more hyper than usual. She insisted that just heading back would be no fun, so after I deposited her in the tandem seat, we ate a quick breakfast of dried fish in a diner open early for the local fishermen, then drove around on a lightning tour of the major local sightseeing points, eventually winding our way leisurely back while taking frequent breaks. I'm deeply ashamed to announce. I don't understand what you're supposed to be ashamed about, and it's not like we went to Guam or something. We should go to Guam, though.
Kazami-san, Maki-chan, okaerinasai.
So is Michiru dead, or what happened with that? Yeah, we're home.
どうでしたか? お墓参りの方は.
We were able to do exactly what we needed to.
楽しかったのよさ。帰りに立ち寄ったタッポーズさんから見た雄大な景色はまさに絶景だったのよ。
That's in Saipan. You called it Mount Fuji. I mean, you climbed Mount Fuji, and we only made it as far as the 5th station.
お土産はマカダミアナッツのチョコ。みんなで食べるといいのよさ。
Speaking of macadamia nuts, I get really salty when macadamia nuts always have to be paired with white chocolate, or rather vice versa. White chocolate always has to be paired with macadamia nuts. I love white chocolate, but for some reason, everyone's always got to put macadamia nuts with it, and it pisses me off. Maybe I just want the white chocolate. You ever think of that? Maybe I just want the white chocolate cookies! Anyway. Now it's Hawaii. Incidentally, the things you're just waving around with a giant grin on your face are rice cakes with black honey.
結局どちらまで行かれたのでしょう。南国？よーし、南国マンに変身だ。変身!
The fuck is wrong with Makina, right? She really is hyper, man. Don't start morphing into abstract geopolitical constructs.
そう、帰ってきたのね。
Fucking Sakaki's goddamn face of just, alright! Makina, you already said, whatever, it's fine.
そのネタはさっき聞いたわ。
I imagine they're all gathered around except Michiru, who's probably dead.
ソロモンよ。そういうネタはもういいから。
Makina is a nuclear weapon. Bombarded by Makina's raw energy, elevated beyond baseline levels into something perilously close to a frenzy, Sakaki sighs heavily, her expression vaguely gloomy. I can practically see the words, "The return of the troublemaker," rising up her throat, only to be forced back down through an effort of will.
昨日は平和な一日だったわね。
That's not happening anymore.
遠くを見つめるようにしみじみとそういうこと言うなよ。
Makina's like, I'm fucking standing right here, bruh.
うるさいわね。頭痛いんだから大きな声出さないでよ。
Well, she's not dead. She got smashed upside the head with a vase.
お？チルチル、二日酔い？
Oh yeah, Makina doesn't know she got smashed upside the head.
違うわよ。なんでか知らないけど頭がズキズキするのよね。昨日の夜の記憶もなんだか曖昧だし。
Good. She doesn't remember anything.
勉強のしすぎではありませんか？頭は大切にしてくださいね。大事に使えば一生使えますから。
The best part is Saki is not even telling. Or why did I say Saki? The fuck? Sachi. Oh my god. I in my brain fused CH into a K. and said sake. I don't understand. God damn it.
何か
Anyway, I found it funny that she didn't even like. She's not even saying that she smashed her upside the head. No, just wondering where to begin jabbing at that. I mean, the idea of Michiru studying is enough to make you die. And if your head ever stops functioning, your life's over. So the second part of the sentence is a meaningless truism. But first and foremost, you're the one who judged that deranged blonde to be a threat and subdued her through blunt force by smashing her upside the head with a fucking vase.
風見さんがどうしても突っ込みたいのであれば潔く突っ込まれますができれば突っ込まないでください
Well, you'll be enduring my thrusts way later down the line, I'm sure. Probably like the third route we do, maybe. Maybe. No, you're probably like a fourth or third or fourth, something like that, something in there. I see. At times it's hard being a man.
何の話よ
I think it's hard being a man or a woman.
突っ込みたがる男と突っ込まれるのを嫌がる女ままならねえもんだな
You can't always get what you copyright.
よくわかんないけどとにかく静かにしなさいよつかあんたなんか妙にテンション高くない
She's hyper as fuck, man. Cause she's had a good day. Yesterday was a good day, and then today was a good day already. Well, it seems I put the girl to bed way too early last night. She woke up at 4:30 in the morning. Jesus Christ! Didn't seem like she was planning to go back to bed anytime soon, so I ended up leaving a little earlier than planned. We improvised a half-assed little sightseeing tour on the way back.
あんまり寝てないから無駄にそれに追加して旅行のバカンス気分の余韻がまだ抜けていないようね
Just, I don't know why, just the thought of Makina as being like, fuck you, just for no reason, like she has Tourette's or something, after Yumiko's statement.
楽しかったということだけは覚えていて何を見てきたのかはまるで覚えていない遠足から帰った小学生ってきっとこんな感じなのね
Okay, listen. If she wants to think of what she thought she saw, that's cool.
失敬だなお前ちゃんと山にも行って湖にも行ってきたっつうの
Plus, she's got like a photographic memory, so she has to know.
じゃあ何山に登って何湖を見てきたか覚えている
Well, I can't. Okay, that's not fair, because I can't do that.
アポさんとマンコ
No. Here's the thing. When I go someplace, my brain doesn't work right, as you guys know. I don't go by places named, or named places. I go by what my brain is telling me this is the direction to go, or, what to see, or whatever. So I'll see it and be like, that's cool. I won't know the name of it. Because I don't necessarily care about the name, but I'll be like, yo, that's awesome.
今なんて言った
Just ignore her.
聞き返すその勇気敬服しますみちる様
Smack you upside the head again. Close, but no. They're both the tallest mountains in their countries, but that one is in the Philippines. As for Lake Iquiska, wrong hemisphere. You also mangled the name so horribly, I want to wash my ears out with soap.
全然惜しくないじゃないのよ
That's the joke. You're stupid.
というかイリスさんあなたわざと言い間違えていないそぎゃんこつは仲よ熊本
Don't even ask anymore. I don't know. Maybe this is a bit of a rebound.
何それ
Where's Amine in this whole situation? Oh, right, she's probably still at her. She probably hasn't come back yet. She's probably gonna be there a little bit. Even Makina wouldn't run around shrieking on a visit to a grave. Maybe this is just the recoil for all the time she spent actually behaving herself. Then again, I did see a new side of her, so maybe the whole hyperact is an attempt at hiding her embarrassment? I don't know.
そういうこと言うのよくないよ。キャラがブレるじゃんかさ。
A reputation to maintain as a derpy ass fucking little idiot? Well, that who's actually smart as fuck, but has played the idiot for so long that she doesn't know how to be smart anymore. In any case, I'm glad we got back in one piece.
なんだかお疲れのご様子ですね。
Oh man, you have no idea. Tears were shed, you know? Yeah, I won't deny I'm a little worn out. Amne's Babataro is fine for tooling around the neighborhood, but it's just not that suited for long-distance travel. I couldn't quite stomach taking that thing into the expressway, so we came all the way back on local roads. That probably contributed to the fatigue as well.
お風呂にでも入られて少しお休みになられてはどうでしょう。
Ooh, that sounds nice.
いいね。私もお風呂入って寝る。
Hold on. Don't you have your part-time job this afternoon?
おう、2時からなのよさ。だからさっちん、1時に起こして。
Makina even knew. She even remembered. She's grown up. She's grown up and it'll be. I mean, she's almost as old as we are, but you know, whatever.
わかった。1時だね。
Sweet. To be honest, I won't be able to get much rest at all. I didn't get much rest at all last night. I've had a surprising string of days recently where I've managed to get a solid 8 hours of sleep. So I'd almost started to forget. But I've never been a deep sleeper, and typically jerk awake several times at night. I do that too, sometimes. I usually always wake up at least once during the night. And it's not even to go to pee or anything. It's just, I just wake up. Yesterday was a particularly awful example. It's not like I'm physically exhausted, but I can definitely feel something like mental weariness weighing down on me. So after reporting our safe return to Amne and JB, I apply my eye drops and lie down. Practically, the moment my eyes close, some tense cord or whatever you want to call it inside me snaps at last, and I tumble down into unconsciousness. And I wake up and I'm trapped in a room, dead. Wait, what? That escalated real fucking quick. Hey, is Amne home now? When I heard about the bombing, what? The sky outside had already grown pink, and the cries of cicadas were beginning to cool down the scorched earth. With a few hours of deep and dreamless sleep behind me, I walk out into the lobby, trying to shake off the lingering heaviness in the core of my head. Encounter Sakaki there, glued to the television, and received the unexpected news that a bombing took place in the vicinity of Mishima Cape Station. Wait, hold on, is this true? According to the news program she's watching, an automobile parked by the road in the shopping district abruptly exploded around 6? But that's not what I need to know right now. And? Is Makina alright? Oh, Jesus Christ!
現場のすぐ近くにいたみたいだけれど、無事だったみたい。でも。
That's some scarring ass shit. What the fuck? Wait, hold on! What? Wait! What? Wait! Hold on! 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 You can't just throw. Oh, there was a bombing that took place. We were having a slightly good time, and then all of a sudden, just fucking straight, just. Oh, there's a bomb that went off at the station. The fuck? Oh, Jesus. What do you mean, however?
少し様子がおかしかったわ。多分あまり見たくないものを見てしまって、少しショックを受けたようね。
Ooh, she's probably having some sort of PTSD going on. Okay, cause oof. Okay, where is she now?
小峰さんが付き添ってスオーさんの部屋で横になっているわ。今はそっとしておいてあげて。
But I'm her father, damn it. I need to see. This is all crazy. This happened so quick. All right. Okay. The word bombing means it wasn't an explosion caused by someone carelessly overturning a fuel tanker or some other accident of that sort. Looks like the vehicle that exploded was a standard-sized passenger automobile, but from the low-resolution images on the television news program, it's not possible to identify the model or brand. However, Sakaki's clicking away at her notebook PC as we're watching the show, and eventually finds a better quality photograph taken at the scene of on the internet. Through that, we're able to establish it was a German luxury car. Okay, the vehicle had completely flipped over from the force of the explosives, but as a rule, German automobiles are built sturdy. The body itself may be damaged beyond the point of repair, but the cabin wasn't crushed or deformed. At a glance, I'm willing to bet they used Semtex, and the explosion clearly occurred underneath the car. Since the interior of the car itself wasn't blown apart, it seems likely they used a shaped charge deliberately set to flip the entire thing over. That would seem to suggest they didn't know ahead of time which seat their target would be using. Given such extensive damage to the entire vehicle, even if the cabin remained intact, there's no guarantee anyone would get out of the ensuing fire alive.
この事件はイリスさんに関係があるという話はしたわね。
What do you mean? Yeah.
それは単純にイリスさんが偶然事件に遭遇したという話ではなくて、イリスさん本人、あるいは彼女の実家であるイリス家に大きく関与しているということなのよ。
Well, this is a fucking serious game. You're really gonna shift to fucking super duper fucked right now? What do you mean?
爆破された車はイリスさんの家の車なのよ。乗車していたのは運転席に専属の運転手が一人、そして後部座席にはイリス家の人間が乗っていた。
You think maybe it was someone from the clan, quote, quote, is someone, you know, that's, well, quote, quote, close to Makina. Not close, because no one in her family's close to her, but, you know, like, yeah. Who was it?
イリス・サリナ。イリス・マキナの妹よ。
Her younger sister. Makina's sister was... But why?
ほら、三島崎の駅の南側に今新しいファッションビルが建設中でしょ？
Yeah, the one that was supposed to be open before summer vacation, but ended up getting delayed. I remember Amine mentioning something about this. From what she told me, the place was going to be something like a mall focusing on high fashion. Numerous brands had signed on it as tenants, along with restaurants and a movie theater. In particular, there was some foreign boutiques that would be launching their first stores in Japan here, and its upcoming opening was apparently generating some real buzz.
その工事の遅れ自体にもいろいろな裏があるようなのだけれど、今は関係ないと考えたら問題ないわ。イリスさんの妹さんはオープン前のとあるブランドショップに買い物に来ていて、その帰りに事件に遭遇したらしいわ。
Why do you know so much? I was literally about to ask that.
知っている人間は何でも知っているものよ。あなた、蛇の道は蛇って知っている？
Yes, I am. Well, I know what that phrase means.
そうじゃなくて、そういう名前の会員制の情報サイトがあるのよ。今私が話した情報も、さっきの事件現場の詳細な画像も、そこからダウンロードしたものよ。
I see. JB's registered on a similar site, actually. It's impossible to join without the recommendation of an existing member, and a new account is in the tens of millions of yen, and even the monthly fee is in the millions. Ooh, I remember her complaining about these ridiculous charges. But for some reason, the stream of new applicants never seemed to dry up. Come to think of it, it's a little disturbing that this girl already has a membership to a site like that at her age. She's fucking rich, though.
それなりに信頼のおけるサイトとはいえ、得られる情報には限度があるし、私のポケットマネーで得られる情報なんてたかが知れているけれど、その他の案件と照らし合わせて考えれば、イリスさんの実家で何かがあったと見るべきでしょうね。
What's that something supposed to be?
それが分かっているようなら、私だってこんな回りくどい言い方はしないわよ。 これはあくまでも私の勝手な予測だけれど、イリスさんが実家を追われる原因にもなった誘拐事件、あの事件の引き金にもなった原子力発電所絡みの案件がまだ水面下で動いているのかもしれないわね。
Hold on, Sakaki. You knew about Makina's kidnapping?
概要ぐらいはね。私の実家とも無関係ではないし、興味本位で調べたわけではないということは理解しておいてほしいわね。
Oh, we're about to get into some. We're all we're far deep in this hole. But I haven't heard it was connected to a nuclear power plant. Makina's father was an accountant at the Ministry of Defense, wasn't he? How does this tie together?
あなた、その情報どこから？
A superior at my part-time job.
あなたのアルバイト先というのも私にはある程度予想はついているのだけれど、正確なところは聞かない方がいいのよね。
That'd be appreciated. Also, I'm not a fan of. I'm not nothing but a part-timer, but try to keep that in mind.
そうね。今問題にするべきは、イリスさんが何を見てどう関与したか、そこに尽きるでしょうね。
So you think? Here's how I see that. You think Makina saw her sister, and right at that moment, Carve just fucking blew up. Oh my god. There's a sickening swell of uneasiness rising in my chest. What is this? What is going on?
マキちゃん、やっと眠ってくれました。
Is it alright to leave her alone?
はい、今は静かに眠っていますし、ミチル様が付き添っていますから大丈夫です。
Oh man, I don't know about this, guys.
一体何があったというの？彼女から何か聞けた？
はい、詳しい話を聞くことができました。私はマキちゃんのことまだ何も知らなかったんだって、そう思い知らされました。
Why was Makina on the scene of the bombing in the first place?
現場にいたというわけではなくて、近所の喫茶店とホテルにパンの配達に行っている途中だったようです。
That's what I figured. I figured she was just not, like, actually there, but, you know, like, just strolling on by. Oh, we're about to do this. Oh. Makina was cheerfully humming her way down the street in front of the station, bags of fresh bread carefully cradled in her arms, when she noticed a shrill, irritable-sounding voice a little ways ahead of her. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. When she casually glanced up to find its source, Makina discovered that the voice belonged to a girl about her own age. The girl was walking down the sidewalk in the opposite direction, a man in a black suit following closely behind her like an escort. Makina recognized that girl at once. It was her little sister. When the psychological trauma of Makina's kidnapping had left her unable to handle even the demands of everyday life, this girl had taken her place as the future leader of the clan. Although Makina thought of her as her sister, their fathers were different. She was the product of a lengthy tryst between Makina's mother and a man from the branch family. Unlike Makina, who took after her father with a round chubby face, her sister's features had always been more refined, strongly resembling their mother. As a child, Makina had been envious of her appearance. "Aw, but Makina's so sweet!" But today, that shapely face was contorted in irritation, an expression that spoke of stress and deep-rooted frustration.
私が来ることは事前に知らせてあったし、希望する商品も伝えてあったでしょうに。どうしてちゃんとサイズを揃えておかないの？
Oh, you're acting like a spoiled brat, aren't you?
商売をする気がないのかしら。それとも私をバカにしているの？
Why do, like, fucking famous or rich people or whatever always think someone's trying to insult them? It's like, fuck no.
申し訳ございません。事前通達に不備がございました。後日屋敷の方へ届けさせますので、どうかご容赦をいただきたく。
Oh, As the voices draw closer, Makina reflexively hid herself in the shadows, an old habit. If Makina hadn't taken ill, her sister would have never been placed in her current position. She'd probably be living normally in the branch family even now. Normally. If Makina hadn't taken ill, her sister would have, God damn it, why am I reading it again? At first glance, this pampered, ultra-privileged lifestyle may be preferred to that. However, Makina had learned from Kazami Yuji, occupation student, that a life totally free of inconvenience only hinders your growth as an individual. And today, she couldn't see the girl in front of her as anything but an unfortunate, robbed of dreams, hopes, and freedom in exchange for empty luxury. She felt a twinge of something very much like pity. Makina had been the same once. It was only after her arrival at Mihama that she came to understand the virtues of a normal existence. Biting her lower hip, why did I say hip? She can't bite her hip. That's not how the body works. Her lower lip! She whispered a sympathetic apology in her mind. I'm sorry, Sachin. Makina first learned she had a little sister when she was 5 years old. As the eldest daughter of the family's head, she'd been raised as an only child, but when she learned that her mother had borne a child to the branch family's second son only a year after her own birth, she was genuinely happy. At the time, Makina didn't really understand the implications of her mother giving birth to the child of a man other than her husband. And the reasons why that child couldn't enter the main family or even meet her older sister were equally mystifying. In the first place, Makina wouldn't even have learned of her sister's existence if not for the butler's careless slip of the tongue. But once she did know, Makina developed a burning curiosity toward the girl she'd never met. Every once in a while, she would pay her sister stealthy visits, observing her life from afar. Every time she spied on that little girl living a normal life as a member of the branch family, the knowledge that she had a sibling grew more real to her. Ow. I just hit myself by accident. Many times Makina would come to the verge of calling out to her, only to hold back at the last moment. Looking at her sister clinging affectionately to her stepmother's waist, innocently begging her mommy for some treat, Makina knew the sudden arrival of a big sister could very well shatter the girl's peaceful family. She could never bring herself to take that risk. But Makina didn't stop taking the time to go see her sister. Eventually, she invented a nickname for the girl she'd never spoken to, developing a one-side make-believe relationship. Even the day she was kidnapped, just before going to her language class at cram school, she'd been secretly watching her little sister from inside her chauffeured car. Oh, Jesus. And that was the last time Makina had seen her sister. Only hours later, she was kidnapped. Her father was killed before her eyes, and she was consigned to a life in the hospital that would last many years. Makina knew the girl was her little sister, but the girl didn't know her. There was no real reason she had to hide. After a moment's hesitation, she emerged from her hiding place, resettling the bread in her arms, and just as she'd done in the old days when in a slightly playful mood, she carefully forced a nonchalant expression onto her face, then began to walk toward her sister. The man in the business suit behind the girl was burdened with countless bags emblazoned with the names of expensive clothing stores, no doubt the result of an almost rudely indiscriminate shopping spree on Serena's part. The trip was probably less about buying clothes than it was venting built-up stress from the heavy responsibilities and expectations placed on the family's future leader. Makina remembered doing something very, very similar herself, even as a child. Been a while, huh? As they walked past each other on the sidewalk, Makina offered her sister a silent greeting in her mind. They had passed each other like this numerous times before, although only Makina knew it. Every time it felt as though the words, "I'm your big sister," would slip out of her mouth. But they could never make it past the tip of her tongue, and today was no different. It'd be kind of weird, right? Like, right now? It just wasn't a possibility. Her sister's current position was founded on her absence. For another thing, Serena had almost certainly been told she was dead. Even if it was permitted, Makina wouldn't know how to begin speaking to her, let alone what they could talk about. Makina glanced over her shoulder, catching a glimpse of her sister being helped into a sleek black car stopped by the side of the road. Uh-oh. It was reassuring to see her sister was being taken care of. But that thought reminded Makina that she herself no longer had a place in the house she was born into. She couldn't help feeling a slight prick of sadness. But today, she had a hard-won family of her own. The students at Mihama. They'd given her things that her real family never could or did. Feeling her heart grow lighter, Makina clutched the warm bread against her chest and drew a deep breath, drinking up the comforting scent of wheat. A small smile spread across her face. Oh no. Once this delivery was over, the day's work would be done. She wanted to run home and see everyone. To give Amane, as she would say, a call in Tokyo. Oh, buoyed by those thoughts, she took a step forward, and in that instant... Oh... Well, that is not... Ugh. Magna felt a flash of heat against the back of her body, almost like a burst of powerful sunlight. Before she could even flinch, a thunderous roar rattled her eardrums so harshly it caused her physical pain. A fraction of a second later, fine particles of something like sand swept violently past her, flying down the asphalt like waves. And as the burning wind crawled over her, she saw the light, downy hair of her forearms smoldering. Oof. With a strangled half scream, Makina squeezed her eyes shut just before the massive wave of heat knocked her down on the sidewalk. For a moment, she couldn't process what just happened. Crumpled on the hard concrete, listening to the grit gliding across this asphalt, the answers came to her slowly and haltingly, as if filtered through the translation of a clumsy interpreter. An explosion? It took a full 2 seconds for those words to float into the surface of Makina's mind. She picked herself onto her knees, disbelieving, telling herself it couldn't be. But when she turned around, she came to face a harsh, undeniable reality. Her dumbfounded gaze found the luxury black sedan her sister had stepped into moments before. It was lying upside down, all but consumed in bright red flames. No, this can't be real. This time her mind couldn't catch up at all. She didn't want it to. She didn't want to accept the reality before her eyes. Just a moment ago, she'd seen her sister from the side. A slightly irritated expression on her face. So close she could have just reached out and touched her. Many thoughts were circling frantically around inside her head as her mind tried desperately to make something like sense out of the situation, but it was all fragments, nonsense, noise. There were no answers she could accept. Somebody was yelling into her ear. She could understand that it was the voice of someone who was worried about her, still sitting there glued to the ground, but she couldn't muster the focus to decipher their words, much less respond to them. Well, oh boy, Makina didn't move an inch from that spot until at last the voice said, "We need to get out of here," and firm hands pulled her to her feet.
マキちゃんを寮まで連れ帰ってくれたのは八百屋のご主人でした。最初は病院に連れて行こうとしたらしいのですが、マキちゃんが病院はどうしても嫌だっていうものだからここに連れてきたそうです。
She's not physically injured, right?
はい、右腕に赤くなる程度の軽い火傷を負っていますが、冷やせばきれいに治ります。ですが、
The psychological damage is going to be severe.
そのようです。
こんな時、私のような女はただただ無力を痛感するわ。
Me too. Sakagi's words expressed my current feelings to the letter. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to talk to her. I don't even know what sort of expression I should have on my face when I go see her. What, you trying to play it cool? Just, hey! So, you can't do that. Approach this the wrong way and I might, well, end up making things worse. Thoughts like these rob us of the ability to try. But I suppose there's only one thing I can do, small as it may be.
イリスマキナが事件に巻き込まれたそうね。
Oh. Well, you're on top of things as always. Where'd you hear about that?
あなた、蛇の道は蛇って知っている？
Yes. God damn it. Yes, I am. It's a membership-based information exchange where you're sort of people gather, right? Got him. Something wrong?
なんで知ってるのよ。誰に聞いたの？相変わらず油断のならない子ね。
I have connections of my own. Anyway, how much information did you manage to gather over there?
どれくらいと言っても、新聞やニュースと大して変わらないわ。市ヶ谷としても、まだ警戒とも言えない様子見のレベルだしね。
Yeah, does that mean there's a possibility of initiating active observation in the future?
それはあなたの知る必要のないことです。
Julia.
そんな声を出してもダメ。
Julia, come on now. Can I come to your place tonight?
ダメ。
I just wanted to have some of your home cooking for the first time in a while. Still no good?
そんなこと言ったって、ダメなものはダメなんだからね。
Damn it. Thought I could win this time. When you refuse me that stubbornly, it's as good as admitting that there's a high chance the problem's going to get worse. Does this have anything to do with you not picking up your phone recently? The news show seems to be pushing a theory that this was an act of terrorism motivated by the construction of a nuclear power plant. What's the real story?
答えられないわ。
God damn it! Sorry, look, I'm not looking to harass you here, but can you answer 2 more questions? Whatever information you can, you could give me, it's
言
fine.
ってみなさい。聞くだけは聞いてあげる。
How is Makina's younger sister doing?
ニュースで流れている通りよ。命は取り留めたものの、予断を許さない状況が続いているわ。
Will she make it?
なんとも言えないわね。皮膚や臓器の移植が必要なレベルだとの情報が入っているし、近いうちに海外に移送して提供者を待つという噂もあるわね。
Honestly, she's lucky to be alive after. I mean, she was in a car that, you know, sturdy as hell, but it's still a car being a car explosion. You know what I mean? Like, I see.
質問はそれだけ？
No, there's one other on an unrelated topic. This is the one thing I really want to know.
でしょうね。いいわ。言ってみなさい。
If Makina's sister ends up losing her current position due to her injuries, is there a possibility Makina will be expected to resume that role?
その回答は拒否するわ。
But I care to get the answer to that question. Let me rephrase it then. Is there a possibility Makina is going to be in danger going forward?
あなた、どこまで嗅ぎつけているの？
Essentially nothing. My nose is just twitching, that's all. It was basically a leading question.
そうね。このままあなたに憶測だけでおかしな行動を取られても迷惑だし、正直なところを話しておくけど、イリス・マキナに危険が及ぶ可能性は決して低くはないわね。
And I'm gonna protect her with my goddamn life. Oh my god.
私の見立てでは 70% の確率で何らかの接触があるでしょうね。
70% chance? I don't like those odds.
だけど、その件に関しては近いうちにあなたに声がかかる可能性が高いわ。だから今は余計なことをしないでちょうだい。通常通り命令に備えて待機していなさい。
What sort of thing stupid could I even do right now? I don't think there's really anything we could do at the moment. In other words, no independent use of force outside the range of self-defense?
その通り。犬は犬らしく、主人が紐を引くまで小屋でおとなしくしていなさい。怪しい人が来たら、ふてくされてないで、ちゃんと吠えるのよ。
I don't appreciate that, you know, but can I really trust you on this?
飼い主を疑うな。それがいい犬の第一条件よ。あの朝子でさえ命令無視なんて数えるほどしかしなかったんだから。
Yeah, I bet the time she did ignore her orders, it was for a good reason. Alright, Alright, try counting them.
1回、 回、3回、4、5、6、7。
And then there was this other time, and oh shit, you're running out of fingers.
うるさいな。あの女の真似をしたってろくなことにならないわよ。いいから命令があるまでおとなしくしてるの。いい？わかった？
All right, all right, all right. Yes, mommy.
あんたみたいな可愛くない子、産んだ覚えはないわよ。話はそれだけ？もう切るわよ。
I love when he talks to JB all the time. It's just hilarious. Thanks. I'll be in touch. Well then, what to do? It's clear that things are going to get troublesome in a number of ways, but as always, I'm in the dark on the specific details. If JB's telling me to do nothing, that's probably the optimal choice at the moment. Even so, that doesn't make it any easier to accept. Get moving before you start thinking too much was a favorite saying of my master's, but JB's fond of acting on the basis of incomplete information is like asking for disaster. For now, it might be wisest to just stay at Makina's side as much as possible while preparing myself for the possibility of an emergency. Oh, there's no need to overthink this. I know what I want to protect. I can see it clearly now. Ideally, I'd love to extinguish the source of this fire before the sparks spread in our direction. But if that's not a possibility, I just need to be ready for when things do get ugly. After all, you won't find many guard dogs with nastier fangs than mine. I've been sharpening these teeth for a very long time for this exact purpose. Teeth made to catch prey by the tail, drag them close, and rip out the windpipe in one bite. Oof. Okay, why? Oh, I just...